And the next part of the set we're going to be taking a look at is Hedorah himself, the aforementioned smog monster, which you might be wondering, if you have never seen this guy before, what the actual hell is this? Well, basically, in the movie, he's a monster born from pollution. And the film serves as a pretty much a metaphor to not pollute, otherwise, we'll end up with something like this. I'm joking, I don't think something like this could actually ever exist aside from the minds of Toho, which one of the people at Toho was decided to take a runny crap and looked at the toilet and then decided that this was the monster that they were going to make. And yeah, it definitely shows because Hedorah definitely does look like a huge sludge of green crap. But yeah, for the head and well, let's just start with the sculpt. The sculpt looks pretty dang sweet, as weird as it is to say. It's very detailed, very slimy looking. It's not doesn't feel slimy, which I think should have been the case, like logically. But it has like a lot of nice kind of goopy looking details and just makes it overall like really looking very slimy esque, and it just has a very unsettling feeling. But you can tell that it's supposed to be like polluted stuff. It's goopy as heck, but you know, for the eyes, they're painted really well. They look like actual human eyes, which is kind of scary, but just flipped on their sides. But they are colored red with some green irises and some solid black pupils. You got some like very clear line tracing right there. Wait, hold on. Can I get like a much more cleaner shot of that? That is actually really good. Look at that. That looks like a straight up human eye. That actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm complimenting this. The color and the dry brushing looks so exquisite and magnificent. You got like a nice kind of mix of red, orange, yellow, and greens just all thrown together. You got like some orange highlights with some occasional yellow dots and kind of like a yellow underspray for the arms. And nothing at the bottom of the feet, but the bottom of the tail has some of that nice kind of yellow underspray tubing, almost like this looks like as if it was two tails just merged into one, covered with slime. Do you see what I'm talking about there? It looks really great, and then you kind of have like more of that orange kind of fanning out. Then you have like a whole hodgepodge of like bumpage with the green underneath, with the dry brushing mixed in with like the orange and yellow paint. And you get some more kind of orange paint up here. But primarily, the red's going to be in the eyes, which is where you're going to be seeing this figure first. And I think overall, in this, like the sculpted details, like especially this kind of bumpy back section, it almost looks like a sack of sorts, or like a turtle shell. That kind of reminds me of, and kind of like the lopsided head a little bit. It just looks so deformed, and it just looks so gross. I'm gonna say it looks great. Like it does look great. It looks like I did not mean to zoom back in. It looks like a really great piece of artwork. Yeah, I'm calling Hedorah that, and it just has so much to actually throw around. Literally, because he throws Godzilla around quite a bit in the movie. But yeah, that just this whole sculpted and paint for Hedorah really great to the eyes. Honestly, no pun intended. So for articulation, we don't have actually a whole lot. You think that because it's called 5 points that it would feature 5 points, right? Well, no. It actually features only three, with one at the head. It's kind of limited, although no, these are actually fairly hard. They're not made of rubber whatsoever, so you can only comfortably go. Really pushing it like that, I feel like if you were to push it any more to the right, then you run the risk of completely breaking open this thing. And then this goes comfortably here, to the left, not that far. Okay, making sure like none of the pieces are caught, because otherwise I'm completely screwed. Breaking this thing open, and you get swivels at the shoulders. And go pretty much comfortably there, too comfortably back here for this arm, and then you can go comfortably this far back there, too comfortably there. And oh, ah, apparently there's 4. Okay, you can apparently move the tail. So, I just found that out live on camera. I had this thing for a few days, and I've been trying to twist the legs too. There's nothing at the legs, even though it does look like it. Trust me, there's not. But the tail actually moves. I was trying to move the tail. My guess is that it was stuck with pain or something, because this thing would not move for whatever. But yeah, 4 points of articulation, unless this piece can somehow act as like another joint, then you're locked in at 4 joints. So honestly, pretty dang good articulation, although I definitely think the legs should have moved some way. Or if not, give us like a waist swivel to really count out the 5 points, as the name suggests, please. But then again, it's hard for us to get an articulated Hedorah figure nowadays, and know that overpriced Monster Arts one does not count. But overall, pretty good articulation. For what you do get, it's kind of like a complicated Bandai bundle, but yeah, there you go. Now, for accessories. And unlike Godzilla, he actually does come with his own accessories, which, we might as well just get this out of the way. The base. You just peg it into the right foot. We're just gonna kind of, okay, where is it? There it is. We're gonna kind of press that in, and there you go. But that's not it. Yeah, he's on the base, but that's not necessarily it, because he actually comes with a eye cover, which is basically his eyelid, him getting damaged. Do not lose this. This is one of the smallest damn accessories I've ever held in my entire life. And honestly, when I first unboxed him, I thought that I did something and then I lost it. So to put it on, you had this little tiny tab right here, and that's going to go on the eye, the tear duct of his eye, which I like to put on this eye. I think that's actually the only eye you can put it on, because it matches the mold. So you just kind of push it on there, and then there you go. It's not all the way, but I think that's good enough. And the second accessory is super damn brittle, and listen to what I'm about to say carefully. This is his I-beam. His I-beam is so thin. I thought the Hedorah beams were brittle. These put Hedorah's beam to shame. So what you're gonna want to do is make sure it's pointing downward like this. Like this is a straight line, then it goes downward. And there's a certain triangle formation. You can kind of see it right there. Yeah, you'll see it. And then put it in the tear duct right here. And then it'll peg in. And then boom, you have Hedorah firing off his eye laser against Godzilla. And probably burning his hand in an instant. So for Hedorah, overall, this part of the set really is probably the strongest part, but it's honestly my favorite part of it all too. I mean, a new Godzilla figure doesn't hurt, but this is a completely new kaiju to the line, so this is probably what's going to be getting people talking the most, but still, this is amazing. So definitely a worthy addition to the line.